Hey folks, good to see you here with a League of Legends replay. I got a little something different today. I'm playing a tank, hoping to get some more tank replays up, because I like playing that role. And I'm also playing Leona, the newest champion. So I'm going to get a little bit of commentary on what I think of her and how she fits in a team. So this is a normal. There's only 4 of my real team. We have Sona, Pug with us. Myself and Leona though, Shadow Battle on Cassiopeia, Adrenal on York, and Julian on Gangplank. Yes, he's actually Jewish. So we're against Sivir, Tarek, Eve, Gragas, and Kale. This is during the Leona patch, so of course Eve is pretty nerfed right now. But I don't know, I think people underestimate her a little bit. Kale you don't see very much, but getting enough farm, Kale can do a lot of damage. But anyway, so starting to change my idea on how I play tanks in a in-range team, and I'm hoping that it'll be effective in ranked play. Usually in the NA scene you see like a tanky character, say Jarvan, a Shogath, Singed in a solo lane, say top or mid sometimes. You see Alistair AP mids. In the EU scene you see the jungler usually be the tank. But I think a supportive tank role, built not to do damage at all really, but just build really tanks. You have 27 armor, I got some extra dodge, 13 magic resist, I'm spec 021-9. So I'm really just here to absorb damage and do CC. Where was I going to train his thought? So yeah, having a supportive tank down in the bottom lane with a DPS. Now we have Yorick, who's pretty tanky on his own. I think this could work easily with a squishier attack damage roll, say a carry. It could also work with, say, an AP that has maybe not a great laning phase, say Rise, Vager. So I'm starting a regrowth pendant. Going to build that in a quick Philistone. The mana regen will help a ton. Plus that'll be my first gold per 5 item. Also building a Heart of Gold. And then just going straight tank or items, say Aegis, Frozen Heart, that kind of thing. So we're up against a Kale and an Eve. I think we can, we should be able to win this lane. So Leona's got tons of CC. Most of you guys have played her by now probably if you're watching this. And if you haven't, I highly suggest to give her a try when she's free. Which should be next week's rotation. So you see, just doing a little bit of passive. The best part of having a Leona in particular in a lane comp like this is her passive, plus all of her CC, which this scales with level. I think at max level it does like almost 100 damage extra per tick, and he's popping so it can. Let's see, Eve is gonna come in here pretty soon. And I was not thinking about the Eve, and neither was York, and he just got the kill there, but... So first blood on the,
An ally has been slain.
First blood on Eve. Managed to kill Kale there too. Mid. Shadow Battle has this thing. He's laying mid. A lot of time he'll kill his enemy will kill him. Pretty much the same time. Not sure what's up with that. So yeah, I really like this idea of having a support tank down here. I think Maokai could work well in this kind of situation. Of course, not leveling Sapling. If you want to harass, then you level Sapling. And if you want to play the CC role, you start leveling your Root, followed by Q. And that way you can do tons of CC for your teammate on anyone you want to harass in the lane. If you're going up and say... a range, say like Ashe and Janna, Ashe and Sona, Vayne and Soraka could deal, then I would say Sapling and then Root. But anyway, I think just having the CC with the damage, you don't have a heal that most supports have, but Janna is one of the most popular supports and she doesn't have a heal either. So you can't protect your team. Your teammate has to be a little bit smarter than if it was a standard support. Kale's AFK here, so we're just gonna see how much I pass. If it's extra does, it's just ridiculous. you don't have a heal or a shield like most sports. Your teammate has to be a little bit smarter, but you can capitalize on mistakes made by the enemy team way better because of tanks having more CC than a support does. But yeah, it's all about order items, I think, in this type of thing, just like the support does. So, like I said, Aegis, Legion, Frozen Heart depending. Sunfire Cape's not a bad option. Leona's base health is a little bit on the low side, so Sunfire is actually really good. I know in League Top 10's video on Leona, Spunkfire recommends like doing a dueling with say 0921 utility, but I really think that leaves Leona a little too squishy. The cooldown is nice to have, but I don't find her cooldown is that prohibitive, so I think having the extra tankiness helps her be able to do this kind of a highly aggressive thing and still survive, whereas utility spec kind of is a little too squishy. I've tried that on Maokai before. I didn't really care for it. I don't think I'd care for it on Leona either, but it's all personal preference. So the KLDC, she'll be back soon. As you see, we don't have a jungler in this team comp. Generally we do normals with it a full 5. We don't worry about a jungler all the time because sometimes we don't have someone that can take a 2v1, and it's not too bad. You can be behind, like if the enemy has a jungler and we don't, you can get behind in level, or you can get like zoned out really bad, but not zoned out. You can get behind in levels is what I meant to say. But smart play will always come out ahead. Unless someone gets like 10 plus kills. Then it's just silly. So what else? Talk about masteries. Talk about runes. In terms of leveling skills, I'm leveling Shield Daybreak first. That's her single target stun. It gets down to a pretty short cooldown at max rank. And after that I'm leveling Eclipse. Just for the... Because I'm building gold for 5, I'm not going to have tank items early. So I want to have the extra bonus armor and magic resistance from that. And then Zenith Blade last. Obviously getting your ultimate whenever. Her ultimate is great in a team fight. I could see it being really effective on teams with more AE. And actually, we have pretty decent AE. We got Sonal and my ult will be an amazing thing. We got Gangplank's ult is AE. Cassiopeia can get a nice stun in there too. We have a really strong team comp actually. I find myself also, speaking of team comp, I find myself thinking more about lane versus lane lately than overall team comp and how it works together. Obviously both are important, but like I said before, League is a game about winning lanes, and if you don't have the right matchups in each lane, then you're not going to come out ahead, and a strong start is what you really need. That's why TSM wins so many games, because their early game is generally amazing. So I'm flashing here, get my ult on, just like that, taking tons of damage, and he couldn't go anywhere there. His ult's going to save him, but as he full health there in the bush, and just with all of that CC plus the exhaust, forced him to use his ult and flash. It helps that Yorick has slow as well, but crowd control is what wins games more often than not. Drink my water.